In the early 13th century, a new and formidable power emerged from the steppes of Central Asia, the Mongol Empire. Under the brilliant leadership of Genghis Khan, this nomadic confederation forged an empire stretching across vast swaths of Eurasia. Following Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his successors continued the relentless expansion. The westernmost objective of this grand design was Eastern Europe. The Mongol forces, driven by a combination of strategic ambition and the pursuit of plunder, set their sights on the fragmented states of Rus, Poland, and Hungary. Their arrival would forever alter the geopolitical landscape of the continent. The primary architect of the Mongol invasion of Eastern Europe was Batu Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan and the founder of the Golden Horde. He was the son of Jochi, Genghis Khan's eldest son. Batu commanded the main Mongol army, known as the Golden Horde. Accompanying Batu was the legendary general Subutai, one of Genghis Khan's most trusted and experienced commanders. Subutai had already proven his strategic genius in campaigns across Asia and in the earlier reconnaissance raid into Rus that culminated in the Battle of the Kalka River in 1223. This battle saw a combined Rus and Cuman army decisively defeated. The full-scale Mongol invasion of Rus began in late 1237. The fragmented principalities of Kiev and Rus, weakened by internal strife and lacking a unified defense, were ill-prepared for the onslaught. The Mongols employed their signature tactics of overwhelming force, rapid movement, and psychological warfare. The first major target was the Principality of Ryazan, which fell after a brutal siege. City after city, including Vladimir, Suzdal, and Chernigov, succumbed to the Mongol war machine. The Grand Prince Yuri II of Vladimir Suzdal was killed at the Battle of the Sit River in 1238, marking a significant loss for Rus. In 1240, the Mongols turned their attention to Kiev, the historic capital of Rus. Despite its formidable defenses, the city was besieged and utterly destroyed. The fall of Kiev symbolized the collapse of the old Rus order and the subjugation of its people. After consolidating their control over Rus, the Mongol forces divided to strike deeper into Europe. One contingent, led by Khadan and Baidar, advanced into Poland. Their objective was to prevent Polish and Bohemian forces from aiding Hungary, the primary target. In April 1241, the Mongols clashed with a combined Polish, Silesian, and Teutonic Knight army at the Battle of Legnica. The European forces were led by Henry II, the Pious, Duke of Silesia and Grand Prince of Poland. Despite fierce resistance, the Mongols, employing feigned retreats and superior archery, inflicted a crushing defeat, killing Henry II. Meanwhile, the main Mongol army under Batu Khan and Subutai invaded Hungary. King Bela IV of Hungary attempted to rally his forces, but the Hungarian nobility was often disunited. The Mongols devastated the countryside, drawing the Hungarian army into a decisive confrontation. The Battle of Mohi, fought on April 11, 1241, was a catastrophic defeat for the Hungarians. The Mongols encircled and annihilated the Hungarian army, forcing King Bela IV to flee. Hungary was left largely defenseless, and the Mongols proceeded to ravage the kingdom for over a year. Just as Europe seemed on the brink of complete subjugation, the Mongol armies abruptly withdrew in early 1242. The primary reason for this sudden retreat was the death of Ögedei Khan, the great Khan of the Mongol Empire, in December 1241. According to Mongol tradition, all senior princes, including Batu, Gayuk, and Khadan, were required to return to Mongolia for the election of a new great Khan. While the succession crisis was the immediate cause, other factors likely contributed. The Mongols faced logistical challenges in sustaining their vast armies so far from their homelands. The European terrain, with its forests and castles, was also less conducive to their cavalry-centric warfare than the open steppes. Furthermore, the European states, though defeated, were not entirely broken, and continued resistance would have been costly. The Mongol invasions had profound and lasting consequences for Eastern Europe. For the Rus principalities, the impact was transformative. They remained under Mongol suzerainty, known as the Tatar yoke, for over 2 centuries. This period saw the decline of old centers like Kiev and the rise of new ones, most notably Moscow, which learned to navigate and eventually challenge Mongol rule. The invasion isolated Rus from Western European developments, contributing to a distinct historical trajectory. It also led to significant demographic decline and economic disruption, as cities were destroyed and trade routes altered. The need to pay tribute to the Golden Horde drained resources and stifled economic growth. For Poland and Hungary, the immediate devastation was immense, but their state structures largely survived. The invasions prompted a period of rebuilding and fortification, with many castles and walled towns being constructed or reinforced. The experience also fostered a greater sense of national identity and a recognition of the need for stronger centralized power. Militarily, the invasions exposed the vulnerabilities of European armies to the highly mobile and disciplined Mongol forces. While European tactics did not immediately transform, the shock of the Mongol onslaught undoubtedly influenced military thinking and the development of defensive strategies in the long term. The Mongol invasions of Eastern Europe represent a pivotal moment in history, a brutal demonstration of power that reshaped the continent and left an indelible mark on its future.